In this video, guys, I'm going to show you the real no bullshit way I grew my junk removal business to $1 million in gross sales in just 1 year. If you want to know how I actually did it, I'm going to share everything on what I truly think really made me be able to get to $1 million my first year. And I scoured all of YouTube seeing if there's anybody else. I mean, there's a lot of people who did like 100K, 200K, but I got to $1 million the first year fast. And I started with nothing. So if you guys want to know the 9 things that I think truly set me apart in being able to scale to $1 million my first year, follow along. What's up, guys? I'm Andrew, a serial entrepreneur, software engineer, and a junk removal business owner. I started a junk removal business as a stepping stone to return to my passion of technology and apps. I invite you guys to stick around, hang out, follow me on my journey from becoming a junk removal business titan to building a $1 billion home services app. Stay tuned. No bullshit, guys. Let's get a little self-help cheesy real quick for just a few seconds. One of my favorite speakers, Tony Robbins, says, "Success is driven by 2 motivating forces in life that drive people to do amazing things, and it's either desperation or inspiration." I was fucking desperate. I just had another kid. I had no money. My app was failing. I had to figure something out. I was desperate. Figure out which one you are. I'm now completely inspired by like what I've been doing, the plans for the future. So now I'm driven by inspiration, but desperation is a big motivating force. Use that to your advantage. I do also have a natural drive when I want to build something. I've loved building products my entire life, whether it was an app, a company. You could say it's unhealthy. I'm constantly on the computer researching. I'm constantly on the phone researching. I'm constantly obsessed with what I'm working on. So if you guys want to get to $1 million your first year or even beat me, I hope you guys have a natural drive. Let's get into the 9 things that I believe that got me to $1 million my first year. Let's start with number 1, guys. Number 1 is definitely luck. I gotta mention this because I was definitely in the right place at the right time. Having my technical background definitely helped a little bit. It allowed me to capitalize on this opportunity. But what was the lucky part for me was I hit up everybody in my phone, and it just so happens that my mother had a handyman. Her handyman had a box truck. Now, granted, this box truck was beat up, 200,000 miles, 2006, a giant paint crap all over on one side and tons of graffiti on the other side. It was very embarrassing, especially when you go to rich communities. I definitely had a few customers complain about it. One customer sent us away, but point is I got lucky that I was able to find a box truck for $400 a month to rent. But there are other solutions, guys. Post Craigslist ads for 7 days a week, stack as many jobs as you can on one day, and rent a Home Depot truck for $150. Home Depot is a better value than U-Haul trucks. You can get started, and you could finance a truck easily with bad credit. I've done it multiple times. But anyways, number 1, guys, it definitely was luck. I just wanted to get that one out of the way. Try to build your own luck. Hit up 100 people in your phone book and ask if anybody has a truck that you can borrow. Hit up everybody. So number 1 was luck. Number 2, guys, was financing. But I remember this moment like yesterday. When the yellow truck broke down, I had to make a choice. I was panicking on what to do. I had no truck. I had no backup. We were on month 3, and it was like, okay, I gotta fix this transmission. Do we want to find another temporary thing? Is this business? Is this consistent? Am I gonna stay committed? Because we ended up financing an F-150, and I remember being at the dealership freaking out about this 17% interest rate. My girl's got better credit than me, but it's still not phenomenal. Monthly payment was $1,069 for a brand new $60,000 F-150 with the max tow package. But I remember her and I like panicking, like, is this the right thing to do? And I was like, we got to go all in. So I locked in that $1,069 payment, and then we went on Craigslist and found a dump trailer manufacturer under the for sale section. He had a 12x6x4 dump trailer for $7,000, brand new. He makes them. Financed that through his company, got approved with no money down. So we only put $2,500 down on the F-150, 0 down on the trailer with okay credit, not good. And so we were locked in about $1,300 a month with both of those payments, but it was the best decision I ever made. Used trucks are a mess. If it's all you can get is a used truck, it's fine, but I would suggest if you are in a decent market and you're going to go all in and the population of your city is okay for Google ads, like if your radius is big enough to serve 1 million people, you'll get enough business from Craigslist, Thumbtack, traditional marketing, Google ads, Google local services. Financing early on was a game changer. It gave me that drive. The truck never broke down. It was consistent. So that's number 2, financing. If I could start over, I would have financed the fucking truck day 1, knowing I was committed to this business. Let's get into number 3. I started using the app from month 1. Not the first day, but probably by the end of month 1, I started using House Call Pro. I now use Workies. You can watch this video here of why. It not only got me organized, but it helped me build my reviews so much faster, and trust me, it does. The fact of the matter is when you use this system and it locks them in and sends them a text message saying you're scheduled, then it says on my way, and then immediately when you hit done, it sends them a text message 60 seconds later, they're so much more likely to leave a review. And I had all my review links just straight to Google Maps, and I built up my brand and my reviews so fast because I started from day 1 with using the app. So if you get started, I don't care if it's one phone call day, don't use notes on your phone, put it into the app. Just start day 1 using the app. That's number 3. This all ties in together, but I'm gonna just call it my appearance. I didn't go to the first job without the t-shirt, without the hats, without the credit card machine. Pricing sheet was about a month into month 1, maybe going into month 2. I had this binder that looked professional. I'd get out with this brown binder, had a calculator in it, folders, my insurance card, my general liability insurance, the pricing sheet, my little envelope that holds all the money and receipts. And then I would pull out the pricing sheet, put it on top of the brown binder, show the customer. The whole appearance, I started from the very beginning. I sold as a family business, but I came off professional. But the credit card machine truly changed everything. And I've talked about it in this video here. I explain that you will double your tips versus using Workies Pay, House Call Pro Pay, a Square card reader, your dinky little phone. Don't use your phone. Order the Clover machine. It made a huge difference. That's number 4. I started off my appearance right away. Let's get into the big one. Google Ads. You can do traditional marketing. I didn't do traditional marketing. I followed a lot of great people, Matt and JoJo, Steve Conroy, and JRA's earlier videos, their PowerPoint presentation. JRA talks a lot about Google Ads, but everybody else, you know, they touch on it and they talk more traditional, but I didn't have time for traditional marketing. I had to make money fast. I have kids, I had no money left, I had to eat, rent was due, COVID rental program wasn't helping with rent anymore. Like, I couldn't sit around and just go hang out flyers and hope for a job. My strategy was Craigslist, Thumbtack, Google Ads, move fast. So I scaled Google Ads incredibly fast. And I talk about Google Ads in this video here. And I talk about JRA versus ClicksGeek. I recommend joining my Discord channel. I probably recommended 10 to 20 people to them now. Some people are having good results, some people are having a rough start, but I stand by ClicksGeek because they work for me and they work incredible for my friend in Colorado. I'm going to continue to use them for each location I add. Simply put, the first 2 months are rough. There's days I lose money and I was pissed. Run your ads and you get 1 or 2 phone calls and you're like, oh my God, I spent $200, but I made no money. But the fact of the matter is you need to power through the first 60 to 90 days. It will stabilize and your cost per conversion will go down. What I think really truly set me apart than everybody else is I was a bigger spender. So I was spending $100 a day. I was doing Craigslist, Thumbtack, Google Ads, and I was making money. So I would increase the budget. The credit card machine, Clover, deposits next day. I had the ability to scale faster, increase my daily ad spend from 50 to 100 to 150 to 200. And I think the fact that I scaled my Google Ads faster gave me more data from Google, and Google was able to get me to a stabilized level faster rather than me only spending $50 a day, because you're spending $15, $25 per click. You're only gonna get so many phone calls because it takes about 3 clicks to equal a phone call. If your campaign's bad, 4 clicks to a phone call. So you need to spend money to get results. So try to increase your budget. Like, I know it's hard, you gotta make money first. That's why get some money aside for Google Ads so you can power through $3,000 a month and get to $5,000 a month. But Google Ads is number 5, guys. You've got to power through it. And, you know, I know a lot of junksters out there, junkies, are against advertising. I am pro advertising and it's working great. Yes, I am working on traditional marketing and of course I'm getting, you know, repeats and referrals. But if you really want to get to $1 million and run a business rather than be self-employed and on the truck so you can focus on growth, expansion, and other things, you need to scale Google Ads. I'm going to try Facebook, Yelp, and Bing again at some point this year. If I can tackle those beasts and get all of those, Facebook, Yelp, Bing, Google, I mean, fuck, sky's the limit. Number 6 is Google Local Services. Local Services is great because they hold your hand and they do everything for you. Make sure you turn off hazardous waste and donation pickup on Google Local Services. It takes a month to get approved, so get on that immediately from day 1 so you're at least approved. They go by weekly budget, not daily budget, but they do everything for you, and the calls vary from $50 to $100. Google records the phone call, and they determine if they're going to charge you or not. It sucks in the beginning. I remember complaining all the time, like, fuck, that local services call, he didn't even book. Because you're going to get a couple in the beginning, 3 in the beginning, but at the end of the day, once you can scale to a decent weekly budget, you should be closing 50% of your phone calls. I close 40 to 50% of my calls. Local services is a great way to start too. If you're intimidated by Google Ads or you don't want to sign up with ClickSeeks or Jira and you just kind of want to get your foot in the door, local service ads could probably help you. LSA, that's number 6. Number 7 that really helped me scale to $1 million, guys, was I made it my mission to get off the truck as fast as possible. You can learn the entire business of how this works within a month or 2, right? Like, as long as you're on the truck day and night, just crushing it. But I got off the truck within 3 months, but I wasn't truly off the truck for about 5 or 6 because I was going through a lot of firing employees and I'd jump back on and I'd have to help and I'd get another guy and then I'd have to get another guy until I was truly off, was about 6 months. Getting off the truck lets you scale the ads and run the phones 24/7, help on big jobs, swapping trailers, but more importantly, the phones. When you scale your ads to $300, $400 a day, I promise you cannot be on the truck and run phones. You can't. If you can, you're God. It's just not possible. So if you want to scale and have 10 jobs a day, you're going to be getting a lot of phone calls. So getting off the truck fast so you can scale faster is the only way. You can't be a one-man show and hit $1 million. And you don't want to be on the truck anyways. You want to get off the truck so you can run an actual junk removal business. That's number 7, guys. Getting off the truck as fast as you can. Number 8. Man, oh man, was I a phone motherfucking G. When you scale your ads, you're gonna get a lot of phone calls. In the beginning, you're not going to. But when you start scaling them, you're gonna get a shitload of phone calls. I ran my phones from 6 a.m. to midnight for the first 8 months. And I answered it day and night, on a date, in the shower, on the shitter, and I'm not saying that. This isn't hyperbole, this isn't a joke, this is not sarcasm. I lived and breathed this fucking phone. I never missed a call. I did experiment running the ads 24/7 because you'll notice that a couple other people do. You Google the ads at junk removal and you'll see people are running them all night. I think that's stupid. But I got calls at midnight, 2 a.m., book jobs at midnight and 2 a.m. Point is, guys, I was a phone motherfucking beast. You need to live and breathe that phone when you get off the truck. Scale the ads, take the phone like crazy until you get off the phone. But that is number 8. Number 9, last but not least, and this is a dangerous one. In order to get the next dump truck, we got the dump truck by month 5 or 6. I don't remember the exact month we got it. I gambled. Took a big risk. We didn't have the credit. Everywhere I tried to get a commercial auto loan was like 2 years of operating history. I couldn't find anywhere to get approved with our credit for a dump truck. And it was only like a $55,000, $60,000 all in. Our previous 3 months were looking good. The statements, we're making decent money. I was able to show like $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, $50,000 a month from that one truck gross. So it looked like they saw all these deposits coming in. I was able to only get a cash loan. I forget the actual technical term for it, but basically it's a short-term loan of daily payments or weekly payments. We got to weekly payments of $1,000 something, like $1,000 and change. Ended up being about a little over $4,000 a month. Let's call it $35,000 cash loan. Then the rest I put down in cash on the dump truck. So basically gambled all my money, took a fucking shark loan, but I knew my margins. I was like, each truck makes me 50 grand a month, margin of the 30%, potentially on a bad month, $10,000 profit. On a good month, $18,000. That's how it is out here in LA. Don't know where you're at, but that's how it is out here. I was like, dude, worst case, $10,000 a profit 1 month. I'll make 6 grand even after this shark loan. Very scary, but it ended up working out because I had my Google ads dialed in, I had the business dialed in. All it was is cranking the volume, adding a new location. Number 9 was I gambled for the second truck. We used my girl's credit on everything. She has okay credit, but fuck, if you have good credit, this is gonna be a much easier game for you to play. Hit me up, but I will walk you through. If you have good credit, you can easily succeed. Not easy, it's gonna be a lot of work. Just a little note, I was willing to risk everything for the second truck. It can either be a good trade or a bad trade. Sometimes I think it's a horrible trade, but sometimes in an entrepreneurial world, it's a good trade. I don't know. Just be careful if you're going to do what I did. because things could have gone sideways. But guys, those are the 9 motherfucking tips that I believe truly got me to scale to 1 million in sales in my first year. $1,030,000 in gross sales. I am doing my profit and loss, my balance sheet right now, so I will get the exact margin soon. It's roughly 25-30%, somewhere in there, and it's just gonna get better year over year. Now let's talk about some stuff that I don't really want to talk about, but I gotta be truthful. But I don't think it's that big of a deal because I've been around the block with the IRS and state laws and tax laws, and it's a startup. People don't do things properly in the beginning. So one thing that probably helped me a lot was I didn't get onto payroll fast enough, which could really hurt you, because we actually had a couple issues, and I'm lucky that I didn't get sued because people got hurt. We didn't have workers' compensation. But technically you can subcontract, when your schedules are inconsistent, you are subcontracting. But once you actually have a consistent schedule, they're considered employees, and you have to payroll them and also pay taxes, and then you're paying payroll taxes on top of federal and state tax, and then also workers' comp, which can be expensive. It is expensive, not too expensive, but it sucks. You can get into serious trouble. But like worst case, if they came back and like, oh, you didn't start payroll till month 9, I can get fined, nice big fine, but you'd be able to work it out with the government. Like, I've been down this road before. Guys, just be careful. Once you start to hire employees full time, make sure you get them on payroll, make sure you get workers' compensation. I use Homebase. Homebase does all my payroll, does all my time clocking in combination with Next workers' compensation. And also, my tech background probably helped me, but I will tell you this, guys. The fact that I had a website and all that stuff, I don't think that's what truly got me to $1 million in sales. I could have probably got to $1 million in sales from just my landing page and ClicksGeek, because I have a friend in Colorado who did not set up his Google Maps, does not have a website, and he didn't do any of this until month 6, and he was making $50,000 a month from one truck. But I don't recommend that, because he just lost 6 months of branding opportunity that he could have been building a brand of his website, of his Google Map reviews, and just having a brand being built, like setting up a social media. The fact that I was able to set up all these different tools, like I started using call tracking and a professional Google ad management service with in CallRail, and then I was using House Call Pro from the get-go to build reviews. I was already on Google Maps. I did have a website. I set up my Yelp. Like, I had all these things in place, which you can watch in this video where I talk about the 14 things to get started. I did all the prep work. So that tech background helped a lot, but I think you technically can still just hit $1 million in sales, even if you just scaled Google ads to $1,000 a day. Don't do this, but you could. That SEO still hasn't kicked in for me. I just started SEO 6 months ago. I just hit first page yesterday, number 9. So I'm at the bottom of junk removal Los Angeles, but I want to get to the top. But we'll see how that works out. But honestly, just the 9 things that I talked about, you can hit $1 million in sales. I know this was another high-level overview video. I actually do intend on dropping a how to start a junk removal business and kind of going over the details, a screen recording and sharing everything. If you guys want that video, please comment down below and let me know. I hope that helps you guys, and I hope these tips help, and I hope you use them. But also be careful, because I am a gambling entrepreneur. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe. It seriously helps me a lot and lets me know I should keep posting. And also, I need to mention, I launched a junk removal Discord channel. There's 200 people in there. You can reach me 24/7. I'm in there. Anytime you have a question, I'm right there. And as always, toodles!